Good morning. This is Voltaire Tayag for Rappler Talk Entertainment. Today, we're very excited to have with us in the studio Miss Karen Gallman, the first ever Filipina to win Miss Intercontinental.
Hi.
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Well, I've been wanting to get you here since you won Biddy Biddy Filipinas,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm sure you've seen from my post. You're one of my
Yes.
favorite beauties.
Yes, you're so lovely. Thank you so much.
And I mean it, because every time I see your face, I'm like, that face is just really too hard to ignore.
You're
Even
so
in 2012.
Oh, yeah, I was 19.
Yeah, you were 19, right?
Hard to ignore. I was chubby then, that time.
It didn't matter because you look great. And one of the first things I remember, I don't know if you remember when you were doing your swimsuit pictorial for Bini Bini, and then I told you
Yes.
I gave you my piece of advice.
Yes.
And guess what? It worked.
Yeah, no,
Because
thank
right
you.
now you've grown so much from that time to how you are now. Like you've come alive.
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident, and I guess it was just a huge change for me. It was a big leap from working in the financial services to pageantry. It's a different world, and I guess after winning Bini Bini Filipinas, I did a lot of TV guestings and interview, and it helped. It helped boost my confidence, and I also trained harder
Yes.
and trained more for my international pageant. So I guess combine that, you get a lot more confident Karen.
Yes. Well, I can see that, and everybody can see that. Now, I know, like it's been a week now, right, since you won.
Yes.
And you've been doing media rounds. Well, what else have you been up to aside from doing press?
Sleeping if I can. No, it's been quite hectic.
You mean you've been able to?
Yeah, I mean, I had yesterday off, so that was my first day off since winning. So, yeah, I just unwind, got some rest, and ready for this week to come.
Oh. Now, when you won, you wore let me get this right, Oriental Holy Water Crown, which I guess is valued at over $350,000 or more.
I didn't know that at first.
Uh-huh.
And then, they told me how much it was worth. I was like, oh my God, I need
drop
bodyguards.
it.
Yeah, if I drop it, I'm dead.
So
No,
that was
it's-
is there a replica of that? Or do you know?
They're making a replica.
Okay.
So that I can wear it to events and whatnot, because it's just too
So
precious
safe to
to wear
say that
anywhere.
it's not with you.
No, it's not with me. It's in Panama.
Oh, it
At the
is.
moment,
Wow.
yes.
Okay, that's far.
That is far.
Now, you've been working hard, and what a lot of people don't know is, you just don't go to the pageant night and then walk in a gown. It takes
Yes.
months
It
and sometimes
does.
years
And that's
to
what,
prepare.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, that you have to prepare beforehand. It's not easy. You don't just show up, rock your gown. Everything is thought of, from your walk to your poses to your facial expression. Lahat yan, you train for that.
Yeah, the nuances of the way you look, the way you stand.
Yeah.
People always have like an interpretation of what it means, like the perception.
Yeah.
Now, you've worked hard for so many months. Now, do you have any alone time schedule or like vacations to at least just be able to relax?
Yes, so I'm going to Boracay on the 7th. I'll be there for just under a week. So I'm excited for that, and just, lay by the beach, tan, and do nothing.
And eat.
And eat, yes, and eat, swim, yes.
What kind
I'm
of foods do you
excited.
like?
I love Filipino food. I love, pork barbecue. I love pork binagoongan, like just adobo. I love Filipino food. I also love Thailand food, Thai.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, I assume you're going to be going with Ian, your fiance?
Yes, because he's going back to Australia
Okay.
on the 12th, so I thought to spend some few days with him.
I was thinking because you got engaged in 2018,
Yes.
right?
Around
Congratulations
June.
on that.
Thank you.
Now, which is more exciting, and where did your heart race faster? When he proposed to you, or when you were announced as Miss Intercontinental?
They're so different. It was just so different. Both were such an amazing moment, something that I would never forget. Being engaged to your long life partner, your boyfriend, and him asking you to marry him, it's such a great feeling that, you're going to spend the rest of your life with him. So, it's quite different. And then winning the pageant, it was just full of joy and excitement because I could do this for the Philippines and be the first Filipina to win this. So I was just overwhelmed. Both Both moments are extraordinary.
You have everything. A crown and a love. The girl who has it. No, so he does know, like, he has to wait another year, right?
Oh yeah, we haven't planned.
Okay.
We don't have a date yet, or we haven't even booked venues. Nothing. So we literally just planned. We did our engagement party in Australia around September, and that's how far we've gone. But that's it. So we haven't planned our wedding yet. We were thinking about next year, 2020, but you know what, that could change.
Bohol?
I
I
don't.
don't know yet.
It won't be in the Philippines and it won't be in Australia. It'll be a destination wedding, but we haven't really set a country yet. So yeah, I think we're in no rush.
Yes.
So no plans yet.
Now, something just crossed my mind because people fondly refer to as like Miss Intercontinental as we're always the bridesmaid, never the
Never
bride. So I think
And
that's
now
what.
I'm a bride.
Yes. Maybe that was the reason.
Maybe.
So future girls, you have to get engaged before you compete.
Oh
Yeah, because
gosh.
Jezza also.
She was
Yeah.
engaged. She was already engaged before Biddy Biddy Filipinas.
Yes. Which back then, from my generation, I can't believe I said this. I just dated myself. It was unheard of. Like, people didn't really talk about like the personal lives
Yeah.
way back. But it's good that like people are a lot more open. Now going to Miss Intercontinental, did you know that the original name of the pageant was Miss Teenage Peace, Teenage Peace International?
I don't. Was that on their website?
That
it wasn't?
not on their website, but it was like on
Okay.
the other sites that
Oh.
documented how it started, and
No.
it started in like 1971.
Wow.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be known as Miss Teenage Peace International.
I'm not a teenager. Hindi na ako teenage.
You can pass for one. No,
That's interesting, though. That's an interesting fact.
And the first time we also joined was in 1977. Although it's not one of the pageants that were consistently in it like year after year.
Yes.
And in fact, the first placement we had was in 1994. Maria Sovietskaya Bakud, she was first runner-up.
Yeah, I saw an article or a post about that. Wow.
Mhm.
Always, yeah, the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
No?
Maybe I'll call you Miss Teenage Peace International.
Pwede rin.
Di ba, pero 47 years, no Filipino winner.
Yes.
And when you won, it's like the odds were really against you when you look at the statistics. And in your video, you said you were a true fighter. How hard did you fight to win, and what battles did you have to overcome to get it?
I think the fight started when, I was training around September. I gave myself a good few months to really train and prepare. I think that's where my fight really started. And, when the pageant began in January 8, it was just like, I just took it day by day, and I was already prepared, so I felt like I didn't need to like fight so hard anymore. It was just, finding that balance of putting my training, using that training, and also at the same time glowing. Kasi parang hindi maganda pag super gigil yung tao eh. Kailangan medyo relaxed din siya para mag-glow siya and stand out. So I started training early so that pag nag-start na yung pageant, I can just sort of relax and just do my best.
Do you think this is also partly because you're older instead of like 19? You've matured?
Yes, I would say so. And I have, like that experience as well. It is really different if you join at such a young age. You're not as mature. I think that is quite difficult because I experienced that in doing Bini Bini Filipinas. I was still very young, wasn't that matured yet, and I was just having fun. I wasn't really, as serious.
Yeah. Now, Bini Bini Filipinas Charities Incorporated took over the franchise of Miss Intercontinental in 2014, and our first representative from BPCI was Christiphany Hanson, who won second runner-up.
From Cebu.
Yes. And then we also had Christine McGarry.
Yes, you joined twice, right?
2010 and 2015.
Yeah.
And she was first runner-up, and then last year we had Catarina Rodriguez as first runner-up. Now, why do you think like the Bini Bini Filipinas queens are so successful?
because I think sa Binibining Pilipinas, it really prepares you for the international pageant. It runs for 2 months straight. And we've got activities on a daily basis. We're faced with TV guestings, you know. We experience all this na in the local pageant pa lang. So it really prepares us for the international pageant. For me, Binibining Pilipinas is harder than the international pageant. And I know a lot of other queens also mentioned that the international pageant is a lot easier than Binibining Pilipinas. So I think that is why we're successful, is because Binibining Pilipinas really you know, train and helps you for the international pageant. What you go through is parang mahirap talaga.
Well, and we also have almost got 3 crowns this year. You know,
Yes,
had
si
it not been
Atisa.
somebody's birthday in another pageant, maybe Atisa would be Miss International.
He is
And we
like
have a Miss
laughing.
Universe, a Miss International, and a Miss Intercontinental.
Wow.
Now, have you talked to Catriona? And has she?
Wala, hindi pa. I know she's so busy. I did create a group chat with all the other girls, and I was asking or seeing if who would watch Miss Intercontinental. And I included Catriona. I know she's in New York, but obviously I've included her, and she said, you know, she would have loved to be there, but unfortunately, yeah, she's in New York. But, you know, I think she's coming back for her homecoming, so I'll see
Soon.
her very soon. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that would be a great photo op for like with the 2 of you. We have to get the replica of your crown before
I know.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
Calling all the people who
Because
made
I know
them.
she will have her crown, so I need my crown too.
No, you both have Australian heritage.
Yes.
You and Catriona.
Same state, actually. We're from Queensland as well.
Oh, really? They're gonna cross that on them. I just took Queensland's the butter or something. Now, one of the things that sometimes upsets me is when people they look at the women, the Filipinas that win, and then sometimes they'll comment, "Di naman siya mukhang Pilipina eh," or "Mukha siyang foreigner." In fact, like when I was showing some of my friends your photo, she's like, "Is she Pinay?" And
I get it a lot. I mean,
yeah. How does that make? Because I get upset. I'm not even the one they're talking about. But it's how do you address those things? 'Cause a lot of people talk about it.
I'm so used to it. Like, I get like, oh, are you from Brazil? Are you Spanish? Are you even Indian? You know, I get it a lot. I'm used to it, so it doesn't really bother me. I just simply answer, no, I'm Filipina. Like, my mom's Filipina. And I was born and raised in the Philippines. You know, I speak Bisaya, I speak Tagalog, so I'm more than, you know, I'm Filipina talaga.
Exactly.
So it doesn't bother me.
Okay, that's good
I'm
then.
fine. With it. I just answer. I just let them know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, among the previous title holders, who was helpful in your training, or was any of them involved?
MJ Lastimosa, she was really helping me a lot sa Binibining Pilipinas, and also Liz, Elizabeth Clancy. They would give me advice. MJ was trying to help me with my wardrobe, with just giving me tips and advice. And if she saw a photo and she didn't like my makeup, she would tell me, "Don't do that again."
Can you show me which photo? No.
Yeah, but she was really helpful.
Okay.
And she's very supportive. So I would say MJ and Liz.
Now, it's no secret that in order to have a queen, there's usually a group of gay queens behind to helping you train.
Oh yes, yes.
And I know you're with the KF camp.
Yes.
How did you end up choosing Benj Leguiab for your gown?
Sa international?
For the international.
It was automatically going to be Benj because he did my gowns sa Binibining Pilipinas. So we already spoke beforehand that if I do win one of the crowns sa Binibining Pilipinas, that he would love to do my international gown, sa international pageant.
Did you have an input, or did you collaborate like what design you'd be wearing?
It was all me, pretty much.
Okay.
Like, and then Benj, sketched it out, and he created it, obviously. But it was like I chose the color, I chose kind of what cut I want, and he created this fabulous dress.
Were you able to practice in that dress, in that gown, prior?
No, unfortunately, because the dress wasn't fully made until like a few days before the coronation night. So yeah, I mean, I practiced like a day beforehand, just a hotel room,
Yeah.
but that was about it.
Who critiqued you, your roommate?
Actually, kasi nag-training na ako sa KF camp na just the walk and the pose. So, Mommy G critiqued me, but I wasn't wearing the gown.
Okay.
But yeah, it
Now-
helped pa rin naman.
Yeah, no,
and I
it's-
also wore Patricia Santos the gold gown was by Patricia Santos.
Okay. And then your press presentation gown, that was beautiful. That's the one
yes,
right there, right?
that was the
Let's admire your beauty over there.
They asked me, who's the dress by? And I said, the designer. And it was like, who's your earrings by? And I was just like, wala, sa akin, I'm from Green Hills. That
Really?
was so funny, yeah.
Wait, those earrings?
Yeah, I bought them like for Biddy Biddy Filipinas.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Green Hills and just did a massive shop and bought some jewelry there.
See, that's amazing that you did that. I have to attribute it to you also because there's a lot of girls that join and they think that they're going to be, dressed up and they just have to stand there and don't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's good that you did.
No, yeah, I needed things, so I went out my way to find jewelry, dresses, and whatnot.
So you're very confident with your style.
Yeah, I mean, confident and also like I need to be comfortable and I need to like it. It needs to be me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in last December, Mrs. Stella Araneta of BPCI was in Bangkok to witness Catriona win.
Yes, she
and then she was
was.
also up front and center at Miss Intercontinental to see you win. And in fact, like there was a cutaway after your Q&A where you could see her mouthing like bravo.
Yes, yes. She was sitting at the front kasi. So I saw her as soon as I came out and between commercial breaks, I would just wave at them and like, blow them kisses and they're so sweet. I was so happy to see them there and sinama niya yung
The rest of the Exicom.
yes.
Now,
So
were
that was
you-
really good.
Did that like make you feel calmer?
Yes, of course, and seeing them there, seeing my friends, seeing my family and my supporters, it gave me a lot more like confidence as well, parang, and I just became more relaxed, I would say. It's just so happy when you see people there supporting you.
Yeah, and as a national director, Mrs. Araneta, she likes to stay away from the spotlight, and
Yes.
she allows her Bini Bini Filipinas queens shine.
Yes.
So that's why like a lot of people don't really know much of her except that she's produced so many beauty queens,
queens,
and
yes.
empowered the Filipinas since 1964. Now, what is something that you would want people to know about her that they probably don't know, and also the organization?
She's just so sweet. That's all I really can say. She's such a beautiful soul. She's so sweet. She's so supportive, and she threw a victory party for me at her house, and I got to know her more. And she's just so lovely. Like I don't know how to explain it. She's just really, really lovely. There's something about her that she's just so sweet
That's
and
amazing.
cute. She's actually really cute.
A lot of people don't know that about
And
her.
Mr. and Mrs. Araneta are so cute. They're like couple goals talaga.
Really?
Yeah, they're always holding hands. They always eat dinner at night together. Like super couple goals.
You like take notes.
Yeah.
What to do.
Yeah, they're so cute.
So now, I know when you joined Bini Bini, you were 19. Were you going to school at the time?
Yes, I did 1 year of my degree in Australia, and then after the year end, after my second semester, I went back to the Philippines and I started training for Bini Bini Filipinas. So I put my studies on hold. I put my degree on hold just for Bini Bini Filipinas, and then after that, then I went back to Australia and
Completed.
completed my degree. I worked in London, and then I quit my job just to join Bini Bini again.
What was your degree in?
Business management.
Okay.
So, noong 2012 though, I did 1 year of hotel management. And then, when I went back to Australia, I changed majors. I changed courses. I did business management instead.
And then you were an analyst, a financial analyst
Yes.
in London?
Operations analyst. But yeah, in the
Operations.
financial services.
How did you get that job?
Well, first off, I did my internship in Australia. So a year before completing my studies, I landed like a internship in Melbourne. So I lived in Melbourne for about 3 months doing my internship there. And 6 months before finishing my studies, they offered me a graduate role in London because they had that company had offices in Hong Kong, London, and they asked me like, where would you prefer to work, in Hong Kong or London? I was like, London for sure.
Yes.
Like I've never been to Europe yet, so I was like, London. So I went to London. I worked under their company for about a year, and then I jumped ship and worked at the commodities trading company alongside traders.
So this is something that I really want more people to know about, like what you were doing, because there's, like a lot of young girls are probably watching and then they dream of becoming a beauty queen. But what they don't see is that it's not just about that pretty face or that amazing body or that great catwalk. It's actually about women like you who are empowered, independent, have a brain.
Have the substance behind that beauty, yeah. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. Like pageantry has evolved over so many years now. You're just not a pretty face and good body. I think you have to have word life experience. You need your education as well. I think that would really help. And a lot of ladies and women now, they have their own advocacy, causes close to their heart that they want to make a difference and have an impact on. So it's just not about looking pretty and having that really good body. It's more than that now.
Now, growing up, did you dream of becoming a beauty queen?
I was
You're
going
like,
no. I looked up to beauty queens.
Okay.
I watched Miss Universe every year. Like I would be hooked, and I would just remember looking up and seeing these beautiful ladies, and I was like, oh, I wish. At that time, I just wished I could meet them. It wasn't like I want to be them. But I looked up to them. I
like
did.
who?
A lot, like Diana Torres. Can't remember all these names, but it was just every year. Even like before I did Bini Bini Filipinas 2012, I looked up to Jimena Navarrete. So I was always watching Miss Universe, and even Miss World.
Yeah.
So I looked up to beauty queens, and so I thought, okay, let's try this out in the Philippines, and that's why I did Bini Bini Filipinas in 2012. I personally was very passionate about acting. I wanted to be an artista, not so much a beauty queen. That's why I moved to Philippines in Manila at the age of 14, 15 to try acting and a bit of modeling. But I was really passionate about acting. And I did workshops, lahat. So originally I wanted to be an artista. I wanted to act.
Do you still want to be an artista?
I'm not too sure. But if the opportunity is there, I would love to try it out.
Now, because you were 19 and then you were already working. So, so I have a good job, and then you were traveling also, I think, while you were in Europe.
Yes.
So why would you suddenly think like, hey, I think I want to join again?
Because it was always on my mind since 2012. Sabi ko sa sarili ko na I want to join again talaga. Once I'm more matured, physically ready, mentally ready. Kasi mahirap ang binibining. It's not easy.
Yes.
So I said I want to join again to see how far I can go. But if I join again, I need to be ready. So it's always been in my mind every year, every binibining season. I would say, should I do it? Should I not? And then it wasn't till last year, my boyfriend even convinced me. He's like, I hear this every year now. Gusto mong sumali. I think you need to just do it.
He just wanted to end the conversation. Like, sumali ka na.
Yes, he was tired of me talking about it. He's like, I think you just need to do it. Now is the time. And also I was 25 na. And I thought, yun ang age limit din eh. So sabi ko, this is the year. If I want to join, it has to be now. So I took the risk and left my job and did Bini Bini Filipinas.
And it's paid off.
It has paid off.
Then we have to wait for the check to clear. No, I'm just Now, you have an amazing social media. Like on your Instagram, you're like everywhere. And I'm like, is she even in the Philippines? I never know like where you are because of all your photos. Like, how long is she actually gone?
Traveling.
It's like, how long do you travel? Like when you travel, like how long do you go away for?
It depends. Like last year, June, I was gone for a month. I was traveling for a whole month around Europe. When I was I went back to Australia around end of July. I went for about 2 months because it was quite quiet then naman. There wasn't much work here sa Pinas, so I, could extend till about 2 months. Then I went to Africa and I stayed about 2 weeks there. So it really depends. It depends if I have work on or not.
What was the best thing about Africa? Where'd you visit?
Everything. The food, actually, you'd be so surprised. It's so good. The quality of meat and food, everything, seafood is so good, and it's quite affordable. Australia has great meat and food, but it can get really pricey. It can be quite expensive, whereas South Africa was just amazing. And even like the places, it was just, you get to do the safari and watch whales, penguins. It was amazing.
Like Africa, I think I don't even know what comes to mind when you say African food.
In South Africa, they have good meat, like steak. Steak is really good there, and seafood.
They have a lot of ranches. They probably have a lot of ranches and cattle in South Africa.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't really seen them, but yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Well, you're one of the, because you were born in '92, right? So you're technically a millennial. So you're like so used to like social media.
Sort of. I'm not really big social media. I'm still quite I'm still learning. Like beforehand, before Biddy Biddy Filipinas, I hardly posted. Like I wasn't active at all. But because you're in this kind of industry,
it became a necessity for you to do it.
I sort of got used to posting and keeping people updated.
So you got the hang of it.
I did after a while.
Now, how do you plan to use social media during your reign?
Aside from posting nice pictures and travel photos, I think it serves as a platform for you to raise awareness and pricks people's conscience. And if you want to let people know of recent your activities and what you're up to, and raising awareness and whatnot, I think that would really help because it has a massive reach and you can prick people's consciousness.
Especially in promoting education, because
That
I know that's your
also-
advocacy.
Yeah, so I haven't quite started yet, but I'd love to partner up with the Department of Education and work with them and promoting compulsory education.
And finding tangible ways for people to actually help.
Yes.
Yeah, because I
So
think a
that's
lot
the
of
plan.
well, you're going to be able to do it. No,
Yeah.
because really, like especially in the poor sectors and even in the provinces, as you've mentioned in the
Yes.
past, compulsory. The word there is compulsory. That's the operative word because it's not just about education, but even just to have the basic compulsory. Like, because sometimes they don't send them to school.
Yes. I mean, when you talk about compulsory education, it's literally like primary school, elementary, they call it here, right? And high school, that's compulsory. Like, you don't really have an option. Like, your parents would send you to elementary and high school, whereas college, it's up to you if you want to get a degree or not. So that's the area I kind of want to make an impact on and make a difference and enhance the materials, and it's just because, as I mentioned in my previous interviews, I was able to go to school in Australia and also in Bohol, and it's just a huge difference there, and it's materials in the provincial education, it's quite lacking. So hopefully I can do something about that.
Especially with the like local NGOs over there, maybe in Bohol, you can start in your hometown.
Yes,
That would be a great
exactly.
start. Now, speaking of Bohol and your family, and I know you're close to your family, right? And,
Yes, I am.
have you had time to spend with them?
Not quite. I had some time to spend with my mom. She, like 2 days after the pageant, she went back to Bohol, and then she came back again after a few days because she was invited to guest on TV. So I spent maybe 2-3 days with her. That's it so far. But I would love to you know, go back to Australia and maybe spend a week or two there with my family and friends when there's nothing on.
Yeah.
You know, for me, priority is Miss Intercontinental
Yes.
and my reign.
Were they able to? Who was able to watch your pageant?
My mom, my sisters, and Ian. His
Okay.
dad also came, and
Oh.
his dad's wife.
That's amazing.
So it was, so
Uh,
sweet of them to come
yeah.
all the way from Australia to support me.
And one of the things I've heard you talk candidly about, you know, being part of a blended family.
Oh, yes.
And you know, when that happened, was there like an adjustment period, or was it easy from the get-go?
No, I mean, like, we all grew up together. Like, when people ask, like, is that your sister? And, like, how come you guys don't look alike? Like, I look half something, whereas they look full. I would always say, yeah, they're my sisters. From the start, I've always known brother or sisters. Like, we're all just one big family. And my mom has always, you know, taught us to love each other no matter what. We're all so close. Kaya nga ako lumaki sa Bohol because it took about 8 years to process my other siblings' papers, because I could have instantly gone to Australia and migrated. But we are one big family, and my mom wanted it to be like that. She doesn't want us to be separated at all. So it's growing up, it was the best. I had the best childhood. That's all I can say. It was literally the best, and sobrang saya.
No, that's one thing I really admire about you, is that you talk about it. Because there's a lot of people, especially I guess in the Philippines, sometimes there's a stigma, like they don't accept the reality sometimes. Because I also have half siblings, and so that's why I related to you with that, because it's like for me, there wasn't really anything to discuss, because it's like, you know,
they're like my
your siblings,
yeah.
But because some people still struggle with it, and I think it's beautiful that you talk about it, because there's like young kids out there who are in the same situation, but probably not have the same outlook or perspective. But then when they see people like you, they can say like, hey, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if half or not half, like, that's your sister, that's your brother. You just gotta love them no matter what. Accept their flaws and their imperfections, and just it's all about love. And also, I'm so grateful for my mom, because I know she would have been judged by a lot of people, especially in Bohol. But she's so strong, and she's just, I don't know how to. There's no word to describe her, and she doesn't really mind, because no one really knows her. They don't really know her personally, nor me or whoever. So she just doesn't mind that. It's fine.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking that you're concentrating on being Miss Intercontinental, and you have to do a great job. You're the first.
Pressure.
May president, diba? So they'll keep crowning us.
True.
Now, so what's your year going to be like? Did they give you like a timeline of what to look forward to?
And not yet, kasi the CEO Detlef is still in Panama.
Okay.
He flew back to Panama, but he will be back, and someone is also coming from the organization to sit me down and talk about what the year is going to be like and what it will look like. But I know for a fact that I'll be traveling a lot. I'll be traveling with the organization, promoting the pageant and their, power of beauty.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
So they'll be orienting you here in Manila. They'll be coming over.
Yes, and we also talk through, WhatsApp and whatnot, so we can always speak through there. But someone will be coming here and finalizing everything in the contract and
I
whatnot.
think it's an excuse for them to go to the beach and come to the Philippines.
Yes.
Like, oh, Karen's there in the Philippines. We have to go there. Why not
Yes.
just fly her there? Now, you've traveled quite a bit. I've heard like you went to like 30 countries at least already.
a lot.
Now, is there a country that you haven't visited that you'd want to visit
Yes,
during your reign?
lot. Colombia.
Okay.
I really want to visit Colombia. Ian, my fiance, he's Australian, born and raised in Australia, but he also has Colombian blood. And he has family still in Colombia, in Cartagena. So we would love to go visit. He's never been, right?
Yes.
So we would love to go to Colombia, and just the South American, South American countries.
We're gonna be we'll definitely be seeing that on your post.
Yeah.
Like more photos.
Yes.
Now, just for fun, I want to ask you these questions, and I normally ask these questions like with the queens. They're very simple questions.
Okay.
They're very revealing, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is your phobia?
Worms.
Yeah.
So
Like that? I'm just kidding.
especially earthworms. I think because my sisters were chasing me at such
Oh no.
around the house with worms and stuff. So since then I've been so afraid of worms.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really strange, right? But
Yeah.
I'm afraid of worms.
But you eat gummy worms?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. They're
But
tasty
real
minutes.
worms.
Now, what is your pet peeve?
I don't know.
Yeah, but
What's yours, if you don't mind me asking? Maybe.
pet peeve?
Yeah.
When people are like talking very loud inside the elevator.
Oh, was I doing that earlier?
I don't know. I think both of us were. Then nobody naman was around.
Ako, siguro, oh yes. Ako, when people burp in public
Oh,
or in front of you.
I'm sorry. No.
Like that, yeah. Or eating with their mouth open. I guess that.
Okay, I get. And
You're like,
I can relate. Well, aside from Ian, who's your celebrity crush?
sa Pinas or
Yeah, both, either.
Hugh Jackman.
Australian.
I love, yeah. I mean, I just admire his acting skills. Hugh Jackman, sino pa? Chris Hemsworth.
All Australian.
Oh yeah, they are both Australian actually. Sa Pinas, wala naman akong crush, but I love Jericho Rosales acting as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jericho Rosales dito sa Pinas.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having
I think our
me.
time is up. We can
It's
keep
been
going.
fun. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And good luck during your reign.
Thank you.
And we'll be looking forward to it. And we'll definitely be, and to the people who aren't following you yet, they should follow.
Follow me on Instagram. I'm quite active on Instagram. So Karen_Gallman.
And do you have any message for your fans, your trainers, and to the Biddy Biddy
Yes.
Filipinas?
To my KF camp and everyone there, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the help and support. And to my supporters, I love you guys. You mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate everything you've done. To my family, friends, hi guys, I love you. Sino pa ba? Biddy Biddy Filipinas, hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, we end another Rappler Talk Entertainment. This is Voltaire Tayag signing off. Thank you.
That was
Yay.
good. That was